Panama doing a much better job than we did to wrap up their Group B participation in this tournament. I thought their match against Martinique was going to be really close. I thought that it was probably going to end in a tie. I thought that this was going to be a really tight affair because Martinique took us to the brink, and here I thought that maybe against a team that is slightly inferior to the U.S., I thought maybe Panama would struggle more with Martinique, but they won in a very convincing fashion, and Panama, for large stretches of our game against Nicaragua, were in contention to win the group and send us into the quarterfinals to play against Costa Rica. Panama beating Martinique, I thought there were a couple of great goals. I didn't really catch the match in full. I only saw a little bit of highlights here and there, but I did watch, I would say, most of the USA-Martinique game. And since USA-Nicaragua, and since Martinique and Panama played first, when Panama beat Martinique 3-0, guys, that meant that the United States needed to beat Nicaragua by at least 3 goals to be assured of advancing to the quarterfinals as group winners. We were already assured of finishing at least in the top 2 because of Martinique having more points than Martinique. Martinique had 3, we had 4, not counting the game against Nicaragua. But the pressure was really on the U.S., and we needed to make up the goal differential deficit heading into our last group game with Nicaragua. And honestly, we almost didn't pull it off. We almost were not able to pull it off. And for the United States, Nicaragua, as a U.S. fan, you don't miss 2 penalties. 2 penalties missed by Dom Dwyer and I think Joe Corona. First of all, admittedly, the calls building up to those 2 penalties I thought were mostly bullshit. I thought that the referee made a mistake on both accounts. So maybe it was like a sort of karma, universal justice that took place where we missed both of our penalties. But still, if you're going to get a penalty, whether or not you deserve one, not only do you not miss it, but you don't miss it twice. We could have won this game 4-5, 6-7-0. But, my God, we made such hard work of it. And you could see the frustration on the face of Bruce Arena when Joe Corona missed the United States' second penalty. 2 penalties in the space of 10-15 minutes. We missed both of them. We could have put the game away, arguably in the beginning of the second half, but we needed an 87th minute third goal off of a Graham Zusi free kick that met the head of Matt Miazga to go through in first in this group. And honestly, that goal, that free kick, was wonderfully taken by Graham Zusi. If Matt Miazga doesn't find the back of the net, we win that game 2-0. We could be seeing a quarterfinal elimination for the United States because we would have played the Ticos. We would have played Costa Rica if we had not won this group. And we won it, guys, by the second tiebreaker. We were equal with Panama on points. We were equal with Panama on goal difference. We won it via number of goals scored. I believe we had 7 to Panama's 6. So we needed to win by at least 3 goals. A lot of pressure heading into it, knowing the result from the Martinique-Panama game. And we almost threw it in the garbage. We almost squandered that opportunity. You don't miss 2 penalties in a match. You don't. I don't care if Nicaragua's goalkeeper made some great saves. You don't miss from the spot kick from 12 yards out twice. And I really don't think Dom Dwyer did himself any favors yesterday as far as instilling confidence in Bruce Arena that he should be a regular USMNT starter, particularly for the World Cup qualifiers and for the World Cup in Russia next year. I know he scored in our very first group game against Panama, but the performance that he put on, and the whole USMNT as a whole in this match, was just really, I thought for the most part, it was probably our worst performance in the group so far. But at the end of the day, we got the job done narrowly. The second half was really, really exciting. So we finished it. We were going to avoid Costa Rica. Panama will play Costa Rica in the quarterfinals. What a hell of a match that's going to be. Two regional rivals and neighbors, Panama, Costa Rica. And look, Costa Rica's not assured of winning that match. You look how they've been in this Gold Cup so far. They've been really underwhelming. They haven't won any of their games convincingly. Panama's looked much stronger. Panama has scored more goals. Panama looks like they are more of a threat in this tournament. So I might favor Panama in that match. And if that happens, we could be meeting Panama again in the semifinals. But first, the United States will play either Honduras or a runner-up team from Group C. Oh, excuse me, a third-place team from Group C. We still don't know who that is. That because as I speak, Jamaica and El Salvador are playing against each other, or El Salvador is playing against Jamaica. So we will know the full bracket by the end of tonight, guys. We'll know it later on tonight, and I will make a video after the video I make tomorrow with my reactions to El Salvador, Jamaica, or Jamaica, El Salvador, and Curacao, Mexico. The day after tomorrow, I will make a video of my predictions for the quarterfinals of the Gold Cup after we know the identity of all the teams that will be participating in the first knockout round stage. So for the United States, we have to improve. We have to do better if we want to win this tournament. And one reason why I'm not panicking just quite yet is because for the second round, the CONCACAF Gold Cup, teams are allowed to bring in more players into their roster. I've never seen anything quite like this before. Usually before a tournament starts, you have to name your 23-man roster, and that's the team you stick with for the whole duration of the tournament. But teams will be allowed to bring up to 6 new players for their national team for the knockout rounds. And I know we're bringing Altidore, we're bringing Michael Bradley, we're bringing Dempsey. So I expect us to get the job done and get our way into the semifinals, regardless of who our quarterfinal opponent is. So that's what's giving me hope. But for the most part, this was a very frustrating and at times really face-palming, I hate to use that word, experience for this Gold Cup, considering that this was supposed to be the easiest group, but we made much harder work of it than it should have been. But we just barely scraped through as the first-place team in Group B. So we just have to sit back and see what happens from here. So for Martinique, they're still in this because they have to wait on the results of El Salvador, Jamaica. El Salvador has a 1-0 lead right now, so it's not looking great for Martinique. If the results hold, Martinique will be eliminated, and you will see 3 teams come out of Group C. So the two best third-place teams will come from both Groups A and C in this tournament, which was a prediction of mine before it started, so it's looking like it's going to come true. Knock on wood. So I'll give my reactions to today's games tomorrow, and then once this stage is over, I'll be up to date. I will be able to give reactions on the same day the games take place. I just haven't been able to do that lately, guys, because I've been kind of busy. And I'm might have to record Curacao, Mexico tonight because Game of Thrones comes back on tonight, season 7. So I'll probably be tuning into that, but I will watch it regardless. I'm going to record it, and then I'll get back to you tomorrow on my video. And then today is the last day of group play. The quarterfinals begin, and then once the quarterfinals start all the way to the final, I'll be giving my reactions soon after the matches are played, instead of a full day after. So then, you'll see. So until then, guys, thank you for watching my video. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe. What are your thoughts? Can the United States win this tournament? Can Panama win this tournament, as I certainly believe they can? What team are you liking to go far? And yeah, thank you for watching. Till then, much love. Have a good day, rest of the evening. Peace out.